This is the relatively new Savage 1911. I'm going to determine in this video if this Savage 1911 really lives up to its MSRP. The 1911 has been around for more than a century, over 100 years since John Moses Browning created it. And since then, a lot of firearm companies have tried to replicate his design. The 1911 is such an iconic firearm that anytime you're watching a movie or playing a video game and you see a 1911, you know exactly what it is. It's sort of like a Glock or a Beretta 92. The 1911 is that firearm. It's probably the most recognized firearm in all of history when regarding handguns. And Savage, about 2 years ago, tried, I think, really well, and I think they did a great job at their hand of building a affordable 1911. This one is their stainless steel model. They have several different models out there. Some that's more tactical that has the rail here on the bottom, and some of them are black with different finishes. But this is their stainless steel model. So let me shoot it a few times. I've got some 147 grain Federal American Eagles, and let's just do some shooting. There we go, got it on the last one to swing it. So I'm gonna test different ammunitions. These are 147s. I'm gonna try 124s and 115s. The big problem with the 1911 is traditionally the 1911 is considered a FUD pistol. You know, since it's been around a long time, it saw so much military use, and when people or younger generations look at the 1911, they actually think, oh, that's an old man's gun. Well, the 1911, it may be considered an old man's gun, but it can be often replicated, but never duplicated. And there is still a part in someone's safe for a good 1911. They're extremely accurate. They shoot very smooth, and you can carry them for self-defense if you want to, but most of the 1911s are used for matches, bedside firearms, things of that nature. And yes, I put a red dot on my 1911. I've got 8 or 9 1911s, but I've always wanted a red dot on a 1911. I just think it looks sexy, just to be honest with you. Kind of tie in my generation in with the past generation. I've got an Evolution Gunwork rail here that is on an RMR footprint, and I've got a little Trijicon on here that I've had for like 10 years. So let's do some more shooting. I'm gonna try to hit that 4-inch plate at 100 yards. No promises here. Let me see what my red dot is. Let me turn that down just a smidge. Yes, smidge is a word. So here we go. See if I can hit it. There we go. Third shot, 4-inch plate at 100 yards. Let's go with this Prairie Dog right here. Whoop, my sight's a little too dim for that. Woo-hoo. All right, so now that we determined it can shoot 100 yards, 4-inch plate, let's try some 124 grain ammunition. And the problem with 1911s is this: they are very finicky on ammunition and grain weight. I've shot 124s out of this before and it seemed to run fine. And the firearm is shipped with 2 10-round magazines. All right, 124s here. All right, let's see how they shoot. Now my point of aim will probably be a little bit different. I'm fixing to find out. Let's go across the creek at 50 yards on just a silhouette. Let me turn this up just a hair. Ooh, right above it. 124 is shot just fine. All right, for the final test, if a gun is going to have problems, it's going to be with 115 grainers. So let me load up another magazine here with some 115s. Now there's some things that Savage did really well on this firearm. The serration cuts. Right here, there is a ejection port that ensures reliable functioning of the firearm. You have your Novak sights, 5-inch barrel, and I think they did a really good job on it. The MSRP on these firearms are around, I think, $1,600. Now, that's not the real world price. I think the real world price on them are probably about $1,200, $1,300. And you can get a lot of a 1911 for $1,300, $1,400. There's some 1911s on the market that, you know, go $3,500, $4,000. But this particular one, MSRP is around $1,600. There are some good ones at the $400 to $500 mark, but they are nothing like this in my opinion. I've got some of the $400 or $500 ones. They're fine, they're good. They're fun to plink with and stuff like that, but honestly, the accuracy, especially the long range accuracy, it's just not there. Well, not for me anyways. So, all right, some 115ers. Let's see if it cycles 115. Those 115s shoot really soft, and it seems to do pretty good. So let me load up some more 147s. And yeah, you've got your traditional GI grips that can be replaced. You've got your grip safety, you got your beaver tail, 5-inch barrel that has a 11-degree crown on it. It is actually crowned to be an accurate firearm. And it weighs 2.5 pounds, and the trigger is about a 4-pound break, but the trigger is very, very nice. Most 1911 triggers are nice. And the thing is with 1911s, the reason why they're so expensive, it's a lot of machine work and it's a lot of hand fitting. 99% of all 1911s are hand fitted. So there's actually a human being filing different parts down, making sure everything fits in there perfect. Unlike most of your polymer firearms that you just throw things together and, you know, they work. This is a hand fitted firearm. So, all right, got some more 147s here. All right. That prairie dog, Caldwell prairie dog right there, right in the head. Whew. All right, she shoots very, very, very well. Now, I'm not going to try to talk you into buying a $1,500, $1,600 1911 because let's just be honest, this isn't in everyone's price range. However, if you're looking for the function and the quality of a mid to a little bit higher end 1911 that's out there, look at the Savage. It's not a bad choice at all. It's actually a really good choice. And if you're ever on the range and you're actually to the left of someone and they're shooting this firearm, you know exactly what they're shooting. It has Savage 1911 right here across the slide. Some people may like that, some people may not. I think it's pretty cool. And I've been doing firearm reviews and trick shooting for good grief, almost 15 years now here on YouTube. And I think this is the first time I've ever done a review on a 1911 that was not a rimfire. But I shoot just as much center fire as I do rimfire, but I thought I'd break out the Savage to give you my 22 cents worth. Guys, thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions whatsoever, put them in the comments below. Until next time, y'all be safe and keep blinking.